Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Drive-Thru. I'm your host, Tony T. We broadcast live here on Pig Dogs and Sports Chat Place YouTube channel and throughout social media. We'll get you out here well before the top of the hour. Give you guys enough time to get those bets in for the primetime games. And that's what we do here on the Drive-Thru, Monday through Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. It's our live free sports picks for the games beginning at 7 p.m. Eastern Time and later. And to deliver those winners are professional handicappers over at Pig Dogs and Sports Chat Place. Let's take a peek at who'll be on the show with us here for today as we get a look at it. We'll have Zawacky with us, Ninos. We got Brad Francis, as well as Brian Bitler and Jovan will be signing in just a little later. Here's how they'll line up for this evening show. We got Ninos, Francis, Burts, Bitler, Zawacky, and then I will close this one out. All right, 2 games in. We got the Guardians and the Phillies with that 9th inning rally there. And, of course, in progress now, we've got Seattle up 4-0 on Toronto, and of course in Nashville with the win against San Jose in hockey. So we saw a lot of action here in the primetime hour. 4 games from college football. We've got as well a Major League Baseball game with Mets and Padres. So I'll have coverage for you there on all these games. So let's go ahead. Let's get this one underway. Let's go to welcome in Ninos on location somewhere in Florida. If I'm over at Pig Dogs Premium, so I'll run. It's going well right now. Let's bring Al in right now. Al, what's happening?
They're trying to get some pretty palm trees in the background. How are you doing, Tony?
Doing pretty good. All right, to get your vitamin D in for you right now. We got the Mets here tonight at 8 Eastern Time hosting the Padres. The Mets minus 150, total of 6.
Yeah, it should be a great matchup to close this day out, which has been already seen a lot of great baseball and probably maybe the best games yet to come tonight. I think this should, as I said, be a great matchup between 2 of the better teams in this wild card race here. And a pretty interesting pitching matchup as well. I do give the advantage to the Mets here with Scherzer getting the start. But Yu Darvish had a pretty decent run here himself. That being said, they've both been getting hit a little bit lately. Neither of them been exactly perfect coming into this matchup. So with the total set so low at 6, I think this one just creeps over the total. If they don't get to the starters, I expect it to get over this number late against these bullpens. So taking a shot with the over 6 here.
All right, Ninos is going to over 6 here. We saw that first game kind of go to form, and we've seen some runs scored in that Phillies game. Of course, it all came late. So, of course, this is Scherzer as well as Darvish here on the mound. We do see some windy conditions there, 65 degrees in this one. Of course, Darvish has pitched well against the Mets this year, although past 2 starts that they got the Scherzer the Padres did over those past 2 starts.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. Also, as I said, 2 good starters, but when you look at these lineups and how these pitchers do against these lineups, there's a couple of batters in each of these lineups that have gotten the better of these starters. So, and not just, so the few batters in each lineup that have pretty decent numbers. Not the biggest sample sizes, but some are pretty decent sample sizes there. And yeah, they've been hit. They've hit them before, and I think they get to them a little bit tonight as well.
Sorry, Ninos, our Padres bets over a total of 6. This one will start here at 8 Eastern Time over on ESPN. All right, Ninos, let's take a look over at Pig Dogs Room tonight. Showing a really good profit over the past 7 days. 412 units of profit on the board over at Pig Dogs. And, of course, tonight we've got, still 4 games from college football. That 1 baseball game heading into a big weekend here with college and pro football. What do you have going on over at Pig Dogs Premium?
Got my couple plays went off already, so my 3-pack's gone, and I still have my best bet and my best late MLB bet, I should say, on the side of this game, and my best college football game still up there individually as well. But if you grab one of the long-term passes or a 2-for-1 capper specials, you'll already find a baseball bet for tomorrow, and my best NFL bet of the week as well is already up there. So check one of those long-term passes out.
That's right, guys. Again, we're with Ninos over at Pig Dogs Premium. So a good profit over the last 7 days. Get on board. Does have his college football pick up there for you right now with big play from college football as well as baseball as well. Now, these individual picks are sold as credit guarantee, meaning they must turn a profit or the amount you purchase is credit back in your account. That's what credit guarantee is. Also already in action with a Sunday game of the weekend there from the NFL. So he's circled 1 game for a circle game up there. Also, if you prefer, here we are on a Friday. That 3-day All Sports Pass is a really good value right now. You get all of Ninos' plays for 3 days, include all his picks for tonight. Of course, Saturday is a big college football card. We are guaranteed 4 baseball games here on Saturday. Of course, we're also looking at possibly NHL as well. So Then we head into Sunday with the full NFL card, and if we got 4 if necessary games in Major League Baseball, if they go to a game 3, well, those plays will also be available if L has plays on them. So that 3-day pass is a really good value right now, and you can save 15% off when you use the promo code WIN15 at checkout on that 3-day pass. You can also add a second capper with that 2-for-1 cap promotion. Even greater value there. All right, Al, it's always great having you show. Have a great weekend. Keep up the great work. We'll talk with you again tomorrow, but I know you also contribute to the weekend shows.
Yeah, that's right. Should be on tomorrow and Sunday, 10 a.m. So make sure you tune in and check us out with the morning crew and a few of us cappers you see on the drive-thru as well. So yeah, check that out on the weekends, 10 a.m.
10 a.m. in the weekend. All right, Al, have yourself a great evening. El Ninos here on the drive-thru. Let's continue here on our coverage today. We're going to go ahead and welcome in Brad Francis, if I'm over at Pick Dogs Premium. Also, no MMA UFC card this weekend, but he'll be back next weekend with Mills on their show on Saturday morning after the morning show. But let's bring in Brad in right now. Brad, what's happening?
Hey, what's up, Tony? Happy Friday.
Happy Friday to you as well. All right, here we go, 10:30 Eastern time tonight. We have San Jose State here hosting UNLV. The Spartans here laying 6.5, total 51.
Yeah, I'm going to take my chances here with UNLV plus the 6.5. Both these teams, they've kind of been a surprise this season, with both teams only coming into this one with one loss. These teams have different styles of offenses. You know, San Jose State, they're pretty one-dimensional, mostly getting their points through the air, where UNLV, they could pass the ball a little, but their running game is strong. One of the better running teams so far this college football season. UNLV ranks 5th in rushing success rate, where San Jose State ranks 111th in defensive rushing success rate. So I see UNLV having some success on the ground, which will ultimately open up the passing game as well. And yeah, I mean, I give the offensive edge, a slight offensive edge to UNLV. And, you know, I don't think San Jose State, they'll have a crazy home field advantage with this one just because it's San Jose State. I mean, no offense to any Spartans out there, but I think we see this game being a close game. You know, I think this is way too many points for a matchup like this, and I can honestly see UNLV winning this one outright, but I'm going to play it safe and take UNLV plus the points here.
All right, we got Brad here. Is going to take the points here with the UNLV Rebels plus 6.5. Yeah, you know, a lot of people may be taking a lot out of that Wyoming game, but Wyoming's quarterback play is just horrid. When you look at that Wyoming team, I looked at their game coming up this week, and that's why I know Peasley is just a really bad quarterback. And I think his situation here is a little different. You're facing a team with a little better offense, and of course, a defense that can stop the run. And one thing with UNLV, they've shown the ability to go on the road and cover at Cal, a 6-point loss at Cal, and they were competitive there. And then they went in and beat Utah State and by 10. And we saw Utah State cover last week against BYU, so that's a team that's on the improve as well.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, in this conference, you usually think of Utah State kind of being the top dog, and you know, seeing UNLV pick up that win was huge there. I mean, both these teams don't really have the most tough schedule. Both of them both played one good team. San Jose State playing Auburn, UNLV playing Cal. And I believe, you know, UNLV looked, even though they lost, they looked pretty decent in that game. So I like what I've seen from them this year.
Yeah, I know in that game there was a lot of money coming on the Cal side. People were not believers in that UNLV team, and even that Utah State game kind of open some eyes as well. All right, we have Brad here with this one coming in here with the UNLV Rebels plus 6.5 against San Jose State. This one will have a start time here of 10:30 Eastern time, Fox 1. All right, Brad, let's go over at Pick Dogs Premium here for tonight's action. As you know, we've got that one baseball game tonight with Padres Mets, as well as 4 from college football, heading into a huge weekend of action on the football field, as well as baseball playoffs. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Yeah, definitely should be a good weekend. When I got what I got for tonight, I got my favorite MLB play still up there. That one's $15, and I also got my favorite college football play still up there as well. Both separate packages, so definitely check that out. And of course, like Tony just said, huge weekend coming up. So 3-day pass, 7-day pass is a great option right there.
That's right, guys. I get aboard here with Brad Francis over at Pick Dogs Premium. Has got his wild card play up there, $15 special, 5-star MLB wild card play coming from the primetime game tonight, $15. Credit guarantee, must turn a profit or the amount you purchase is credit back into your account. That's credit guarantee. Also, Friday Night Lights college football winner as well. All these individual plays are credit guarantee. Again, it must turn a profit or the amount you purchase is credit back into your account. For side credits, that is profit guarantee. You may consider here we are on a weekend. We're talking about this 3-day all sports pass. You'll get all of Brad's plays here for 3 days. You got your Friday, your Saturday, and your Sunday action. All the baseball here for tonight, as well as Again, we said there will be 4 game 2s played tomorrow, and if there's game 3 necessary, there will be plays for you Sunday, as well as all your NFL here for Sunday, your college football huge card as well in action. We'll have 52 games FBS here on Saturday, so big card here for college football, your NFL as well. And that 3-day pass is a really good value here on the weekend. You can add a second capper with that 2-for-1 capper promotion, make an even better value, and you can also take 15% off when you use the promo code WIN15 at checkout. You can access Brad's page by clicking the link in the description and on the Cappers page. Click it and get signed up. All right, Brad, as always, great having you show. I know no UFC card this weekend. You and Brad will be back next week with the show, right?
Yep, nothing this weekend, but we'll be back next weekend.
All right, we'll be back weekend now with the UFC with Mills and Brad. All right, Brad, have a great weekend. We'll talk to you again on Monday.
All right, thank you, Tony. Have a good weekend.
You got it. Brad Francis here on the Drive Thru. Guys, if you missed any of our picks, we will do a complete recap at the end of the show, so make sure you stay tuned for that. All right, Jovan is up next. He's probably caught a little bit of traffic, so we have Brian Bitler will be jumping the card here, and we'll go ahead and bring in Brian Bitler. You'll find him over at Pick Dogs Premium. Doing some fine work over there, top of the leaderboard. Let's bring in Brian right now. Looking forward to a big weekend. Brian, what's happening?
Yeah, looking forward to a big weekend. Yesterday wasn't a good day for me, but it was just a one-game card. So, you do lose some of those. Denver Broncos just looked hideous on offense.
Oh, goodness.
The Colts did too. It was just a terrible game altogether, but it was brutal.
Yeah, brutal indeed. Something we can learn from here. Here we go tonight, 10:30 Eastern time. We have Nevada here to host Colorado State. Nevada here laying 3.5, total 51.
Yeah, for me here, I'm going to take Colorado State plus the points. I think a lot of casual bettors here will be backing the Nevada Wolfpack purely based on a big records difference. But Nevada's 2 wins, who did they really come against? Nevada beat 2 basement teams, New Mexico State and Texas State. Then went on to lose to Incarnate World, a Southland Conference team. A lot of bettors might be hyped the fact that Colorado State just got woodshedded by Sacramento State 41-10, but I think that Incarnate World loss is just as bad. Rams have an absolute horrible trends, but the one trend I like was that the road team has dominated in this series, winning 4 of the last 5 as far as covering goes. Big bettors back in Colorado State here, and so am I. Take Colorado State plus the points. I believe it's 3.5 here tonight.
Yeah, plus 3.5 in this one here. Of course, a little bit of a side angle here. Remember the Nevada coach left the team, went to take the Colorado State job and took a lot of players with him. So this Nevada team in a bit of a rebuild. But again, this was kind of a funky result here for Colorado State with the experienced coach going over there. They come off to an 0-4 start. They lose to Cal State Sacramento State with a horrid offensive performance. And, of course, the issue here is you may be looking at a backup at quarterback. That was the reason why. Their quarterback was 7 for 7, gets hurt. They bring in this backup, Fowler Nicolosi, 6 of 15, and not a very good week of performance. But there's one thing going in your favor here, Brian, is they are coming off the bye week.
The bye week, an extra week of preparation always helps. I mean, Nevada is going to be one to get back at that coach there for sure. But I just like having points in the pocket. I could see this being a field goal game in the end, and getting a 3.5 definitely be a help, especially if it goes to overtime. Those new overtime rules, the 2-point conversions. 2-point conversion,
that 3.5 comes in your favor against 2 inept teams. That could probably be a cat. Wouldn't be surprised there. It may be like what we saw last night, right? The 2 inept teams on the field.
That was terrible. I had the over in that game, so terrible.
Oh God, that's just brutal.
At least I knew I wasn't getting there at halftime. So.
Yeah, that was the key there. No doubt about that. Colorado State plus 3.5 against Nevada. This one is one of your late games here on Fox 1, 10:30 Eastern time. All right, Brian, let's take a look over at Pick Dogs Premium tonight. Big weekend of coverage here. Look at the numbers here from Brian over the last 30 days. 1,164 units of profit. That is all documented over at Pick Dogs Premium. Of course, we still have tonight that one primetime game in baseball. 4 from college football, heading into a huge football weekend and baseball playoffs as well. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Well, I had my first premium go off there, the Seattle Mariners. So I'm kind of holding crossing my fingers there on that one. But I still got 2 college football plays on the board. One of them is my titanium play. That's my best bet you can get for $15 at pickdogs.com. 35-20, last 55, 64%. I have dropped 2 in a row, but I'm looking to get back tonight. Also have my AAC total of the month available for tonight, and plus some Saturday plays loaded already for tomorrow. And plus, my 3-day pass today only just $75. That's $20 off the normal price.
That's right, guys. Again, I'm here with Brian Bitler over at Pick Dogs. Premium seed numbers here, 1,164 units of profit. That is all documented. So if you visit Pick Dogs Premium, you go to Brian's Handicapper page, and you scroll down to Pick History, you can see all the picks that Brian has released on the site, and they're all documented there for you to see, the records there. And of course, tonight, well, as Brian was talking about, you want to get on board here on this huge weekend of action here with Brian Bitler over at Pick Dogs Premium. He has a college football Friday titanium wager winner up there. That's his $15 premium pick. That is a credit guarantee, which means it must turn a profit or the amount you purchase is credit back in your account. That is credit guarantee. Also action up there as we're already into action here from Saturday college football, big plays from ACC game of the year. He's heavy on that one. Also action here from the AAC Friday total of the month. So he's looking here for some big numbers here tonight. He's got two plays here. He's got your titanium wager and his AAC Friday total of the month going for you right now over at Pick.Stream. Also with Saturday action already on the board. So get on board. Now we talked about here with the 3-day pass. So here we are on a Friday with a lot of action here coming up here in Major League Baseball, college football, NFL. That 3-day pass gets you all of Brian's plays for 3 days. All of his college football for tonight. If he's in action in baseball, will also be part of it. Remember, we got 4 games tomorrow, and the Sunday games are if necessary. If there's a game 3, then they'll play the remainder of this full series there. So that would also be in play, as well as the entire NFL here with that 3-day all sports pass. And if Brian gets his Monday night game in a little early, gets it on Sunday in the system, then you get that too on that 3-day all sports pass. So go for it. Check them out over at Pick Dogs Premium. The promo code WIN15 at checkout will save you 15% off. You can also add a second capper with that 2-for-1 capper promotion. Even greater value there. And I know, Brian, you have a high roller all sports access pass. You've been around this a long time. You got a lot of people that followed you. You do offer a 1-year pass access to all your premium plays for a year.
Yeah, it's definitely the best way to go. And you break it down, $1,500 for a year. You can go by the month. That's under $150 per month. Definitely the way to go to boost your profits in the long run. And college football and NFL have been good to me to start. Hopefully, and I love this card this weekend. Hopefully, I don't get carried away. But it looks like we can make some good money this weekend.
Definitely make some good money to deal with Brian Bitler. Of course, that on that 1-year all sports pass, if you do the promo code WIN15, you'll save 15% off. That's a significant discount of $225 off. So go ahead and get on board right now with Brian Bitler over at Pick Dogs Premium. Access his page by clicking the link in the description. Then click in the All Cappers tab, and you'll get signed up. All right, Brian, as always, great having you on the show. Keep up that great work, and we'll talk with you again on Monday.
I'll catch you on Monday, Tony. You have an exceptional weekend, and hopefully we all sweep the board this weekend.
Let's sweep the board this big weekend. You got it. Brian Bitler here on the drive. So, guys, if you miss any plays, we will do a complete recap at the end of the show. We hope to get Jovan in. He's running a little late. Now it's running a lot late. So we hope we can join us here in a little bit. So also going to jump the card here is going to be Rod Zawacky. So we'll go to Rod Zawacky, going to jump the card. You'll find him over at Pick Dogs Premium, where he does great work up there. Let's bring in Rod right now. Rod, what's happening?
Hey, not too much. Enjoying another sunny day. So yep. I can't complain.
Can't complain. We started hockey. We got the baseball. The baseball postseason. Hockey starts on the same day. A lot of football. It's a really good time of the year right now. And we're going to college football tonight at 7:30 as Memphis here will host Houston. Memphis here laying 2.5, total 58.
Yeah, we look at this one here tonight, and we'll dig in first on the defense side of the ball, and you'll look. Houston's D ranked 117th, giving up 34 points a game. Memphis ranked 71st, giving up well over 26 points a game here in this one. And so for me, you look at the offenses, and both offenses are doing well and being able to score. You look, Memphis averaging 34.4 points a game, ranked 47th. Houston averaging 31 points a game. So I think in this one, I think the offenses are going to come out and shine. I think Toon's going to get some scores. He's going to toss the ball down the field. I think we get a lot of scoring in this one. I think we easily get into the 60s. You look at the Cougars, their last 5, 4-1 to the over. Same as Memphis, their first 5 games of the year, 4-1 to that over. And you look at Houston on the road, 11-3 to that, or 8-3 to that over their last 11 games versus teams with winning home records. And you look the other way, and you look at Memphis, them at home versus teams with losing records altogether. It's they've been hitting that over as well. I think both offenses come to shine in this one, and we see lots of fireworks, lots of scoring. Who doesn't like lots of scoring on a Friday night? Take the over, Houston, Memphis.
All right, we got Houston and Memphis here going over the total here of 58. And why not? When you're an offensive coordinator, when you kind of look at the numbers here, it looks to me that the weakness here is in pass defense here for both teams. You got capable quarterbacks here, returning quarterbacks here, and Hennigan here for Memphis, who's been there for a while, as well as Clayton Tune, who was kind of forced in action in his freshman year, has kind of developed nicely last year with a good year. And of course, we know he is completing 2/3 of his passes. He's also a threat to run the football out there, which also helps a lot.
Also helps, yeah, a dual threat when you got the quarterback being able to run like that. And you also look, I think we're get some special teams points as well, because you look at Memphis, and their D has been actually a turnover machine, ranked 8. They've got 8 turnovers off of D that they've forced. Houston's D has forced 5. So the level of chaos in this one's going to be nuts and off the chain. And when that happens, I like to take the over. So because I can see both sides getting a pick 6. Just like you said, the pass defense on both these teams, ranked below 100, at least in the hundreds. So we're going to see an air attack in this one. I like both offenses to shine, and got to take the over. It just keeps going up. I don't think they can put it high enough.
Yeah, it looks going up. Of course, you got capable quarterbacks. That's the key there. So, and forget about that Temple L team. When you look at the defensive numbers there, Temple L is no threat offensively. So that you got to just sometimes on some of those schedules, you just got to scratch the game. Just like when you're on the horse racing, sometimes you got that 99-1 shot. You just kind of got to scratch it. Sometimes when you see these teams when you're playing bad offense or the FCS opponents, you just kind of just scratch the game.
Yeah, exactly right. Like sometimes that's what you got to do. It's like, see, this just looks like I got to take the over.
Yep, the over here.
They could be still playing this tomorrow morning on the morning show.
On the morning show, Houston, Memphis, over 58. This one will have a start time tonight at 7:30 Eastern time. All right, Ron, let's go over at Pick Dodge Pin. Boy, we have a huge card coming up here tonight. Boy, I'm telling you, lots of action here this weekend, showing great profit here in the NFL. There's Rod Zawacky. We do have, still 4 college football games tonight. We have the primetime game in baseball. You knew it was going to be Padres and Mets, and we knew that was going to be the primetime game going into this, and it is, as well as head into a huge football weekend. I think there's like 52 FBS versus FBS games tomorrow. Huge NFL card. Remember, there's no bye weeks yet, so we got a big card from the NFL. We got 4 games from baseball tomorrow. Of course, we're going to play game 2 of that Prague series, Sharks and Nashville. And of course, if game 3 in baseball, if game 3 is well, they'll be played on Sunday. So lots of action coming up here this weekend. Rod, what do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
And for me going over at Pick Dogs Premium tonight, I got my top-rated college football play in tonight's action. Still available in the package by itself. You can scoop it up over at Pick Dogs Premium. I have one more MLB play. It was in another package. So you grab your best day to grab that one as well. You get my 2 plays I have remaining because I had 1 go off already in my 3-pack. So I got grab a 3-day pass. You'll get my 2 plays I got remaining tonight. And then tomorrow we're going to dive into more action. We'll have at least five college football plays going, plus some more MLB. And I'll probably will throw in a play in tomorrow night's Nashville Sharks game. After watching today's action, I really like a play on that as well. So plus we got the Sunday NFL, so your best deal, grab a 3-day pass. And I'm going to put in Monday Night Football early so you can get it on Sunday. So it's like 3 days for the price of you get 4 days for the price of 3. 4 days for the price of 3. So best way to go, grab a 3-day pass, scoop it up, get all the action I've got going this loaded weekend. Or grab me for one of those 2-for-1 capper deals. Pair me up with another one of our hot award-winning cappers that are on fire. Look, as you've seen, even on the show, Bitler's hot over the last month. Jovan Burts been hot over the last month, and many more. Head on over to Pick Dogs Premium. Make sure you use the code 15 off, then you get 15% off all your purchases over at Pick Dogs Premium. Jump aboard. Let's make some money.
15 off there on the October promo, guys. Get on board here with Ross Wacky over at Pick Dogs Premium right now. great results in the NFL this year. He's got the Gridiron Crusher up there as his featured pick tonight. His top-rated college football play. Get on board with that right now. Of course, then we're heading into the weekend. As Rod was saying, again, here we are on a Friday. That 3-day pass is a fantastic value. So 3 days of plays from Rod. As he mentioned here, your Friday action, Saturday action, and Sunday. All your college football here for this weekend's action. Of course, Rod said he will have that Monday Night Football game in on Sunday. So when you log in on Sunday night, you'll be able to find that play because, your membership expires here midnight Eastern. So he'll get it in there before then to make sure you guys have that play here for Monday Night Football. So as he said, 4 days for the price of 3 here as we get that Monday night game in there. So get on board with Rod Zawacky. Of course, he mentioned 15 off is the promo code here for October. So use that and save 15% off. You can also add a second capper with that 2-for-1 capper promotion. Even greater value there. All right, Rod, as always, great having your show. Keep up the great work. And I know you do a lot of content over at Pick Dogs. We check you out here on the mornings. You're there every day here at 10 a.m. Eastern time. Of course, the weekend shows are nice because you bring in a lot of the cappers from the drive-thru and on the site.
Yeah, definitely tune in tomorrow. We got the big college football cappers roundtable. We'll have a whole pile of cappers that you see on the drive-thru, plus many more will join us on them weekend morning shows. Lots of fun, lots of action, lots of free content. Definitely tune in and join that. Love those shows on the weekend. They're absolutely a blast. So definitely look forward to seeing everybody. Appreciate everybody. Make sure you hit that thumbs up. Smash that thumbs up. Doesn't bite you back. Costs you nothing. Helps us out a ton. We appreciate everybody.
We certainly do. Hit that thumbs up, like button. Greatly appreciate it. Tune in a great format there on the weekends here. Saturday with those 52 games. Mitch kind of goes through the card, and the guys come in with picks, and they get through the entire card. They don't cover every game, but they let the cappers pick a certain time windows. It's a good format. They'll get through it. Of course, there'll be baseball on there. Of course, maybe Rod sometimes sneaks into hockey. There will be, of course, that Nashville game in San Jose is still up there. So a lot's going on, guys. So make sure you check it out tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern time. All right, Rod, it's always great having your show. Continue that great work. We'll talk with you again on Monday.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks for having me. You have yourself a good Friday evening. And by the way, I'll give you a little bonus play. I'm going to take the Saskatchewan Roughriders to beat the Hamilton Tiger Cats here tonight in the CFL. Little bonus play for you. Yeah, I love the Saskatchewan in this spot. Hamilton's pretty beat up. They're got a lot of injuries. Wrong team's favorite in this spot. Tonight's game.
That's right.
The Saskatchewan Roughriders on the money line over the Hamilton Tiger Cats. Little bonus play. Thanks, everybody. See everybody tomorrow morning.
See you guys
tomorrow. We'll see you, Tony, on Monday.
See you Monday. Rod Zawacky here on the drive-thru. All right, guys, we'll continue our coverage. If you missed any of our picks, we'll do a complete recap at the end of the show. Jovan Burts will help us out with it. Speaking of Jovan, he's signed in. It looks like he's on the move here, so we'll go ahead and bring Jovan in. You'll find him over at Pick Dogs Premium, where he's been on absolute fire here. So let's bring him in right now. Let's see if we can get him in right now. Jovan Burts. Let's see. Here we go. We got to get some college football coverage here from Jovan. Here we go. Jovan on the road. Jovan, what's happening?
Hey, what's going on, Tony? How are you?
Doing great. All right, here. I would have been better if St. Louis can close out a damn game, but I'll talk about that later. But
hey, that's how I felt last night watching that meltdown from the Broncos.
Oh my goodness. Oh yeah.
Hackett Wilson. Yeah, them guys. You have a situation where it's just football. You run it. If you get the first down, you kneel down. You get the push. Well, I would have had to push because it was 3. Either that or you kick a field goal. You're up 6. There's no way that the coach is going to come and come down and score a field goal. Score a touchdown. Yeah. So you either got the money or you got the push, kept the money. Know what happens? They want to test Stephon Gilmore, former defensive player of the year, and, interception.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what that's called? That's called going into business for yourself. That's what that's called for. Going
inexplicable. Not the way the game's supposed to be played. It's situational football. It's supposed to be played a certain way, and they deviated from that. I don't know what the guy Hackett's thinking. He's not a head coach to me right now. He's just a guy. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what Russell Wilson is thinking. Hey, it is what it is. They deserve to lose that game, but and this is what I want to say to the viewership. The Broncos are on the right side, hands down. But when you don't execute, things like that are going to happen.
Yeah. Yep. This was definitely a team. They lost their running back. Their backup gets hurt. I mean, it laid out right there for them. And again, I guess you can say you can give some credit to the Colts defense, but it was just bad. And of course, Denver's defense is shown. But again, who have they beat? They're at home against Garoppolo in his first game. They faced Houston. They faced Colts with bad offenses. We're still not sure what this Denver defense is about until they start playing some real teams. But we'll see how that rolls. But tonight, we're going to the Big Ten tonight. Here is Nebraska will be on the road here facing Rutgers. Nebraska favored here 3, total of 50.
Yeah, but I'm on the under in this one. Now you have a situation where you have a bad defense, decent offense, I guess you could say, in Nebraska, versus a bad offense and a good defense. Drake Shiona, one thing he's going to bring to the forefront is that defense, and this is his second stint in Rutgers. And I expect this defense to be, guns blazing in this one, shutting things down. Now, can Nebraska move the ball? Yeah, they can move the ball, but I don't believe that's going to happen. And on the other side, given their bad defense, can Rutgers move the ball? Yeah, they can. They have their starting quarterback coming back who started, I believe for a couple of years. I forget his name.
Withdraw.
It's just a situation where, withdraw. It's his first start this year, is it not?
He saw some action last week, but he ran the football. Last week, yeah. He just ran the football.
Right. Yeah, but, so he's the matter is he's been under center for these guys before. So, can they move the ball against Nebraska? Absolutely. But will they? I don't believe so. I don't think they got it in them to the extent that where they can score major points. So I think when it's all said and done, we're gonna see a game that's slightly under this total of 50.5 or 50 as it stands right now, because it's dropped the half a point. But I just suspect one of those games where you might catch the winner's side at 24 to 27 points, and this being like a 7-point game or something.
All right.
Yeah, and one thing I will say in the 4 times they played each other the last 3 times, take that into account.
That's right. We got Nebraska Rutgers under total here of 50. I think you'll see probably Rutgers between the 20s move the football, but when they get inside around the red zone, it's going to be difficult for them, I believe. Here, they can run the football. One thing note here with this weakness here with Nebraska is their run defense. They've been giving up they're giving up 5.5 yards a carry on the ground. That's a scary part about this one. Of course, what happens when Rutgers gets in close, right? That's where things can go haywire. And let's kick the field goal. We got a good defense, and we could probably see many field goal attempts in this game. I think that's kind of how I see it. And one thing to also note here is that this will be the first true road game for Nebraska, because that first game was in Ireland, so this is actually going to be a true road setting for not only Nebraska, but their interim coach in his first true road situation.
Yeah, fair to say. And, I think that'll play more to a detriment to their offense than anything else. Last week they did hold Indiana to 21 points, a fair showing. And, fact of the matter is, Rutgers is just not a good offensive team. They did put up 22 points or 23 points against Boston College, but this just don't have much confidence in Rutgers to put up major points. The Nebraska Cornhuskers defense, they're definitely not the black shirts yesteryear, but they're not that bad. You know what I mean? So I believe they could get some stops in this one, to the point where we catch this under in this one.
The most important thing is you got the starting quarterback back, and you don't have to worry about those 2 defensive touchdowns they gave up to Iowa. Right? Remember that game when they pushed it over? Oh, Jesus Christ. That was brutal. That was 36 total, 34 total. That was absolutely brutal, in that one. All right, we got the Jovan here, Nebraska, Rutgers under 50. This one has a start time here, top of the hour. All right, Jovan, let's take a look at Pick Dogs Premium for night action. Look at the numbers here, 2,381 units of profit last 30 days. Been on fire here for Jovan, also showing profit for this year, last 7 days. He's been on fire here. He's putting up good numbers in the NFL, college football, combining for nearly 2,200 units of profit here in the NFL and college football this year combined. So some big numbers here from Jovan Burts over at Pick Dogs Premium. All right, 4 games in prime time in college football. We've got one from baseball in prime time. Also heading to a huge football weekend. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Yeah, it's Friday, so you know what that means. Time to take flight with my Take Flight Friday. College football. I don't know what the hell I need this time around. Maybe the power mover. You have to tell me better than me. I got a whole lot of things going on my plate. So why don't you tell me what I got going?
You got to Take Flight Friday NCAA Massacre. You see, there's gonna be a massacre out there on the field.
Yeah, the massacre. Yeah, I got the massacre going tonight. I usually have a massacre for Sundays, but I think for this one, on a Friday night, I think the massacre's in play. So yeah, it's a strong play for college football. I already hit my baseball play for today. The Guardians, Jose Ramirez, he got the job done for me in this one. So in game 1 of that series. So yeah, I'm looking to end the night off with another victory, and then roll it over to Saturday, where I've had a big couple of weeks, and to parlay that into a big Sunday, so that's where it's at on this side. A lot of people's been taking advantage of my plays over the last, let's say, 6 weeks. Football, I've said it the last 2 football seasons, whether that's college football or NFL, rocking with me in football, you're gonna get money. We've been getting money so far, so thanks for rocking with me, and whoever else that jumps on board, they're gonna jump on board and get some of this money too. So yeah, check me out, my 3-day, my 7-day, my 30-day, my yearly, the season passes, whether that's the combination pass or you pick one, NFL or college. Check me out with one of the other handicappers for the 2-for-1 handicap promotional. Can't go wrong with that. No matter of fact, man, there's so many hard cappers on and Pit Dogs. You just can't go wrong no matter who you choose. So it's all here. Sports Chat Plays at Pit Dogs. Let's get it.
Let's get it indeed with Jovan Burts over at Pick Dogs. Great results here. 2,381 units of profit last 30 days. He's got his Friday college football massacre up there right now on the board. Credit guarantee must turn a profit, or the amount you purchase is credit back in your account for site credits. That's credit guarantee. Also up on the board right now, he's got a Sunday NFL play of the month up there in early here, so get on board there. Of course, the long-term pass will serve you well. The way Jovan's running right now, you may consider the 1-month all sports pass with John. Get all of Jovan's premium plays for a month. That's all his NFL, all of his college football. Baseball will take you to the end of the World Series, right? November 6th, we'll be done with baseball, so that will take you to the end of the World Series there. Also, NBA is in play, and we're 11 days and 50 minutes away from the start of the NBA season. So NBA is fast approaching. So NBA is also part of that 30-day all sports pass. So a good time to get on board there. The way Jovan's running, you want to go with that. The remainder of the baseball playoffs, the NBA coming in here in 11 days, as well as all the football. 1-month all sports pass. 15 off is your promo code here for October. Use it and save 15% off at checkout. You can also add a cent capper with that 2-for-1 cap promotion. Even greater value there. All right, Jovan, I know we'll talk a little bit later in the recap, but I know you produce a lot of content for Pick Dogs with your parlay, and also you're part of you contribute as well on the weekend shows.
Yeah, absolutely. And as soon as I'm done, with the show, I'm gonna get to working on the parlays for the weekend. See some strong plays, for those 2 free parlays. And just a matter of shooting them. Then tomorrow and Sunday, gonna have some free picks for the morning show. Always enjoy doing that. And then, the drive-through here on Mondays and Fridays every week, like clockwork. So you know what it is when you're dealing with me. You're gonna get a lot of free picks.
A lot of free picks. Right, content from Jovan. All right, John. Have a great. We'll talk to you in a little bit.
Absolutely, I'll be here.
You got it, Jovan Burts here on the drive. If you guys didn't miss any picks, we'll do a recap at the end of the show, so stay tuned for that. Let's continue on here on the drive-thru. It's time for my pick. It'll be a player prop tonight from the primetime game in baseball, as we'll put that up here on the board for you here in just a second when we get to my card here. Let me get to the player card. We're going to be looking here at this Padres and Mets game. The Mets here minus 150, total of 6. This one, I'm going to go here with a player prop. I'm going to look for Darvish over 17.5 outs. I look for him to go at least 6 2/3 innings in this game. And, Darvish is, he's no stranger to the postseason, and he closed the season strong. 30 starts, ERA of 3.10, really good whip of .95. He's striking out 25%. Has really good control here, under 5% on the walks, limits his home runs. We don't have to worry about Scherzer because I'm looking at a player prop. Darvish in 2 starts against the Mets, well, he's allowed 1 run in 14 innings, and his team won both games. So that's where we're going to look at here. The Padres have been a pretty good road team, and they're 9 games over 500 road. Again, we're not going to worry about what we don't have to worry about what the Padres going to score because there's no DH, right? That's the great thing about these props with NL is we look for Darvish here to go deep in this one. It's an important game. They come back again tomorrow with Snell. Snell is really another. I think the Padres are lined up really well in this series with Darvish and Snell here against the Mets, and we're going to go ahead and go over 17.5 outs. Get to 6 2/3 inning pitch here for Darvish in this one. All right, guys, check out Pick Dogs for me. Right now, what I have is my 3-pack, my primetime 3-pack. I match up my baseball play with my 2 from college football. So I have a 3-pack going in the primetime. My $15 premium play is from college football, and that is also part of my 3-pack. So you can either buy my $15 premium pick as a standalone, or if you buy the 3-pack, it's included in that 3-pack. So I've got that going on right now, 3-pack right now for the primetime hour over at Pick Dogs. So get on board with that. Also, a long-term pass, you can sign up for a 3, 7, or 30-day all sports pass from me. And of course, you'll get all my premium plays for that period of time. You select when you go to the Handicapper page and make that purchase. Remember, 15 off is the promo code here for October. You can add a second capper with that 2-for-1 capper promotion. Even greater value there. All right, let's continue on here on the drive-thru. We're going to bring in Jovan here to help me out here with the recap as he gets situated here. Let's see, we got someone who agreed with me here with that play on Darvish. So everyone seems to like that Darvish play, so I'm pretty good. Getting good accolades on that one. All right, let's continue on here on the drive-thru. Let's get to the recap. We got Jovan in motion, so I think he'll be ready to contribute. So let's go ahead and bring up the show picks, and we'll get started right now. Ninos was on the Padres Mets over 6. Brad was on UNLV plus the points here, plus 6.5 against San Jose State. Jovan was on Nebraska Rutgers under 50. Brian was on Colorado State plus 3.5 here against Nevada. Rod was on Houston Memphis over 58.5, and my pick was Darvish over 17.5 outs, make it to 6 2/3 innings. All right, Jovan, other than your pick, which one do you like the best?
Let's see. I'm gonna take Rod's.
Going Rod, like in the over. You're kind of
Memphis over. I think
okay.
It's gonna be. Yeah, the over in that game.
Right, Jovan likes the Houston Memphis over 58.5, and the one I like the most here. I'm going to look at this UNLV getting the points here against San Jose State. I like what I've seen the Rebels on the road here at Cal and at Utah State. I know San Jose State got a lot of credit over that Wyoming, but Wyoming team, their quarterback is no good. that team is just sorry, if you ask me. I was not impressed with the Cowboys at all. I don't know how they beat Air Force. So that's, to me, is the biggest mystery of the season. So I'm going to look at that one there in that game. All right, guys, that'll do it here. Yeah. This edition here of the drive-thru, guys. Be sure to tune in again here on Monday, live at 6 Eastern time. We'll do it all over again. We'll bring our cappers in from Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Place to give out live free picks here for the games in prime time. And don't forget our morning show this weekend. It's a good one. It's all football related, heavy football here, right? We got morning show at 10 a.m. Eastern time. It'll be Mitch. It'll be Rod, it'll be Chris, and a lot of the cappers from the drive-thru joining them this for both the Saturday and the Sunday show, giving out live free picks here for the cards from football as well as more. There'll be some baseball discussion as well and some picks, no doubt, as well, maybe some NHL for that game in Prague. And don't forget all the video series on Pick Dogs. You've got Jovan's Parlay, a video of the day. You also have Mitch's 7 picks in 5 minutes. Ron Romanelli's rundown from baseball and NFL football. We also have on the show, well, not this weekend, but next weekend as UFC returns, it will be Brad and Mills with their UFC show. Also on Pick Dogs right now is the NFL show with the NFL picks. They go the entire card here with a rundown of that with Mitch and Big Al McBorney this week. And then it was a college football show yesterday up there on the archives with Mitch, Chris, and Romanelli. So a lot of content right now over at Pig Dogs, a lot of video series, guys, so make sure you check it out. I know there is something coming up here in a week, maybe when we get to the North American start of this of the hockey season. There'll be another hockey show coming up here with Rod. I know Rod and Chris will be part of that team. They're putting together a game plan on how to attack that. So lots of content. Guys, make sure you like, subscribe, set notifications. When these videos drop, you get notified so you can get them. Of course, you're going to bet on make sure you get the best numbers as always. That's going to do it here for tonight's show, guys. Another great week in the books. Let's go ahead and bring our crew from Not Going to Wake Up. Bye, you guys. You guys have a great night. We'll talk to you guys again tomorrow. I'm